We got a new Indiana Pacers Statement Edition uniform. The NFL Sideline Collection was released. YouTube comments. Paul's Minor League Minute, a special edition at Baseball Palooza. And he met some Hartford Whalers. That's exciting. It is episode 23 of the SportsLogos.Net podcast. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Chris Creamer, SportsLogos.Net, joined as always by the birthday boy, podcast Paul Caputo. Happy birthday, Paul. How are you?
Chris Creamer, hello. Thank you very much. Another year has passed. At the time of this recording, I am still alive and will have made it to another birthday.
That is so heartwarming. I love your words right from a Hallmark card. Oh, and we're going to touch on this a little bit later, but you went on a really epic baseball-related road trip last week. I'm really excited to hear all about that. And you met some Hartford Whalers,
Yes.
Ex-Hartford Whalers, right? Okay, so that's going to be coming up later in the episode, so please stay tuned for Paul's amazing New England road trip around minor league baseball and the Hartford Whalers.
And a report live from Bridgeport.
Oh, okay. I hope we have enough time for that. But first, the Indiana Pacers, the NBA's Indiana Pacers, who were an NBA finalist just last season, or I guess the season prior to last, and then, dropped off the face of the earth this year. They are hoping to forget about what happened last season with brand new gold pinstriped alternate statement uniforms. These uniforms are throwing back, which all new uniforms do these days, Paul. We've talked about it over and over again.
Yes.
The NBA is not immune to the curse of the throwback. Yeah. And these alternate uniforms, in my opinion, are fantastic. They are a throwback to the yellow uniforms the Pacers wore as an alternate from 1998 through 2002, a time period which saw the Pacers make the NBA Finals for the first time in their franchise history, and is really a uniform that you and I were talking before the show feels like a proper Indiana Pacers uniform. So much so, Paul, that you and I even discussed we couldn't even really think of what the Pacers' actual home and road uniforms look like.
What is a proper Indiana Pacers uniform?
Well, you're looking at it right now.
Right.
This gold, this new Pacers Statement Edition uniform. It's blue and yellow, of course, as all Pacers uniforms are.
That's what they do.
But it just has Indiana arched across the chest in like a collegiate style font, which feels appropriate for an Indiana basketball team.
Yeah.
And it's, the pinstripes, it just works. It's a very simple, clean design. And we did have to end up looking up the Pacers' actual uniforms. Turns out they've been wearing these uniforms for 9 years.
Yeah.
And they've made the finals wearing these uniforms. And they make absolutely no impact whatsoever. They are a very sort of plain, nondescript. It's just the team name arched around the player number.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it has anything to do with Indiana at all, unless they're saying, hey, it looks like a wheel and there's racing in Indianapolis. Yeah, I'm happy with this alternate uniform, and I hope that this is just the first step towards the Pacers adopting a look like this full time. Home, road, statement, icon, association, city, mixtape, earned, whatever the names of the uniforms are in the NBA right now. Paul, what do you think about these new Pacers Statement Edition uniforms?
We could have queued up a game before the podcast recording, Chris, and we could have called it like Uniform Police Lineup. And you could have presented like the real Indiana Pacers uniform, the current uniform, and two, fan art uniforms, mock-ups, concepts. And I don't know if I would have been able to pick out what the Indiana Pacers are currently wearing as their current uniforms. The new, what's the series called here? The
Statement.
The Statement Edition. These, of course, are uniforms that feel like what I think of when I think of Indiana Pacers. And honestly, if you had told me that they went away from this at some point, and not just at some point, but like 2 decades ago, I would have been surprised to learn that. I'm interested in the minor details here. It very much evokes that Reggie Miller yellow with the blue pinstripes and then the blue panels on the side. they've made some minor changes. And I have a question for you as the world's foremost
Hmm.
expert on sports logos and branding about
Hmm.
those changes. The changes that they've made. Let's just there's the blue collar and blue cuffs on the tank top, but there's like a little bit of the yellow fabric between those outlines and the edge of the uniform, whereas that was not the case. The blue went right up to the
Hmm.
edges in the previous uniforms. The thing that they point out, that the team pointed out, was rather than the blue panel on the side, they've got a stripe on the side, and then they have like this stripe becomes the shape of the sort of the southern border of the state of Indiana, and they've got a secondary logo there. It's an audio podcast and we're describing these uniforms. I get that. But that seems like a significant design change. Like they just said, we're going to do something different on the side panels. Another thing that they did, though, and they don't point this out, but it is pretty noticeable in the old school Reggie Miller uniforms, Indiana is on an arch. And if you were to look at these new uniforms without seeing them side by side compared to the old ones, you probably wouldn't realize it. You wouldn't think about it. But the original ones had like a slab serif with a much thicker outline compared to now they've got a all caps positioned slightly differently, a little bigger on the new uniforms, but then a thinner stroke around the text. And my question for you, all of that is prelude to a question that I have for you, which is when we're doing throwback uniforms, what is
Hmm.
the purpose of these details? Like, I know we throw around the word modernize, but clearly the intent here is to play on our nostalgia, to, make us want to, I'm going to put this in the same category as the Florida Marlins, right? Like, this should have been the uniform all along. They never should have gone away from it. And so now that it's back, I want them to do it all the time, right? I just want this to be the Pacers uniforms here. But I'm
Hmm.
curious about the fact that they made very subtle changes. I don't know necessarily that they're improvements, they're just slightly different. So my question stands, why are we making these very subtle changes? Is it and what does it mean when they say we're going to modernize it?
Yeah, there's several reasons why you'd make a subtle change or a modernization to a throwback uniform. It should be stated in the NBA, they actually have a rule that you can't wear a straight up throwback unless
Oh.
it's as a commemorative one season anniversary related throwback design. So if you're actually wanting to bring back an old design as an alternate or as a full-time set, you have to make some significant change to it to make it stand apart from the original. That might be what started these changes here, because I'm sure the Pacers were saying, hey, let's just go back to those cool 90s yellow uniforms. And the NBA stepped in and said, hold on a second. If you got rid of it once, that's it. It's gone forever. What is this? An NFL franchise? You can't just revive something as historic as this. It also gives franchises the opportunity to maybe correct some of the mistakes they felt they made the first time around, take advantage of new technologies that weren't available back then. Like with these Pacers uniforms, you can see there is a very subtle gradient in the yellow base of the
Mm.
jersey. It starts as, oh, I got to make sure I get the real names. Oh, this is very
Classic
boring.
soul.
It goes from processed yellow to Pantone 116. What is
Well,
this?
yeah.
Did they hear our show last week and decide to go the complete opposite direction?
Process
Um,
116. Fans, bring your Pantone books.
get some Pantone autographs from the Pacers. Daddy, Pantone 116 is going to be here. Quiet, son. I'm
In
here to
my
meet
day,
process yellow.
in my
Yeah.
day, it was just the CMYK breakdown.
Oh, man. See, well, it's your birthday. You're going way back.
Yeah.
Where were we? Okay.
Gradient blends.
Gradient blends. Right. It sounds like a coffee flavor.
Yeah.
Um, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this also gives them not only technology and all this correcting mistakes, but also how has design tastes changed
Mm.
between now and then. And as you mentioned, the Pacers are going from a sort of a block serif font with a thick white outline to a thin sans serif with a thin outline. Is that how styles have changed and tastes have changed? I wouldn't be able to answer that. I don't know. I don't think so. But I'm not going to lie. When I look at the two side by side, the one that they released this week looks a lot more modern than the one that
Hmm.
they released back in the 90s.
Hmm.
So it kind of gives us a refreshed look at it. It allows us to also do a cool little stripe related design there where they have the side stripe on the shorts mimic the southern border of Indiana,
Hmm.
which that's a neat little thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Typically nobody really notices or cares the striping on the side of the shorts. So it's a good way to throw in something that doesn't really have a huge impact on the overall design. And one thing you forgot, Paul, is back in the 90s, they didn't have jock tags. Now we
What
can
does
do
that mean? What's
boom.
a
What's a
jock tag?
jock tag?
Yeah.
Yes. A jock tag is the little motto or saying that teams now put in the bottom left corner of their jerseys. It gets
Oh,
tucked into the shorts. Nobody can see it. It's called a jock tag because it's down in the shorts close to where the athletic supporter would be
oh,
typically.
yeah.
Maybe they should come up with a better name so I don't have to
Jock
think about
tag.
athletic supporters. But the Pacers one says "Boom Baby" on it,
Yeah.
and for every Pacers fan listening to this knows what "Boom Baby" is. That is a tribute to Bobby Slick in quotation marks Leonard, and yeah, I'm sure "Boom Baby" had something to do with him. Okay.
I'll point out another thing, Chris, if I may. Another change that I didn't enumerate as I was listing them out was the original yellow jerseys with the blueprint stripes that this is based on had the original NBA logo on it, whereas now we've
Mhm.
got the Air Jordan logo and also a Lucas Oil, not a sponsor, hashtag not a
Not a
sponsor.
sponsor. No.
So they've gone from Jerry West to Michael Jordan on the logo. That must not feel great if you're an Indiana Pacers fan and you have Michael Jordan on your jersey.
This is, and yeah, I totally get what you're saying there, and I do think it's kind of weird. Like the Knicks and the Pistons, they all have to wear Michael Jordan on their jerseys, or the
Right.
Lakers, teams that got beat by Jordan several
Yeah.
times. The Pacers, are certainly in there. That's a NBA league-wide thing they're doing now
Yeah.
for the statement edition only.
Oh.
It started with the Charlotte Hornets because they were owned, or
Oh
maybe they
yeah.
still are owned by Michael Jordan. So they put the Air Jordan logo instead of the Nike logo on all their uniforms. And I guess the NBA said, "Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that league
Uh,
wide on the statement edition." I guess Jordan's far enough removed, right? I don't know. It's been
I guess.
25 years or so since he played his last game. Most basketball players don't even remember Jordan ever playing. Is that
Yeah.
sad?
I'll tell you what
Um,
though, if like I go to buy my new LeBron James Philadelphia 76ers jersey and they've snuck a tiny little like Larry Bird on there somewhere, I'd be like, no way. I'm not buying that. I'm not wearing Larry Bird. Or, you know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get one of those Paul Lucas seam rippers.
can you use, hey, what if you use Paul Lucas's seam ripper to rip off the Lucas oil patch from the Pacers jersey?
Whoa. That's the most meta thing
Paul
ever.
Lucas. Paul Lucas Inception there.
Is the top still spinning? The logo is gone.
Okay, we mentioned another change here.
Oh yeah.
The blue striping doesn't go right up to the collar. So does that
Yes.
mean Indiana's not a blue collar state?
Oh, it's like a blue, it's like slightly separated from the blue collar.
Right. It's yellow color.
It's a real yellow collar place, Indiana.
A new term I hope doesn't catch on.
Yellow collar.
So I think we've milked about just as much
Yeah, I
as
think that's
we
probably
can out of
true.
that Pacers story. Before we leave Pacers, I just
Right.
want to like wrap up on that and say I really hope they come up with a matching icon and association uniform that follows this new Pacers template because it just looks so good. And that's it. That's my last word on that. So we are going to move on to the new Sidelines collection, which New Era launched on Monday. These are the caps that the NFL players wear on the sidelines, on the field, players, coaches, and whatnot. It's a fairly basic design, and I am fine with that because I don't want anything too crazy and out of the unusual, I guess, when I'm seeing my players on the sideline wearing official team paraphernalia, I guess. It should look like it matches the uniform. It should looks like it, it's just a natural extension of what the players are wearing normally on the field. So every team is just wearing a plain colored cap
Yeah.
with a two-color version of their primary logo or throwback logo, if it's a throwback game, on a silicone patch.
Okay.
Very basic, very simple, and I think most importantly, something I wouldn't mind wearing as I walk around town supporting my team.
I see in the article that one of the images that is provided for readers is just a hat that has the NFL logo on it rather than a team logo, which makes me think
Right.
if Rob Lowe is going to a football game, that's the hat he's wearing.
That he's got it. I don't know. I don't know why that hat is part of the collection because unless it's what like the on-field or sideline officials might wear, but it doesn't really match what the referees wear, right? They wear
Right,
a black and white. So
right.
I chose that one for the article just because I thought it was a nice generic one to put in between the two Super Bowl teams. I put a Seahawks and a Patriots one up there.
I
Let's
do
see.
see Pat Patriot on that hat.
Pat Patriot, not
Yes,
Patriot Pat.
right. Pat Patriot is
We
on
don't
that
need.
hat.
Here's the biggest news out of all this is that in New Era's press release that they sent me today, they identified Josh Allen, who's one of their spokespeople, as New Era's official director of billustration, not illustration,
Oh.
billustration.
Yeah.
That see, does that give you a chuckle or a groan or a little of both?
I am a fan of puns. Sign me up for a good pun. So I say chuckle. I like clever wordplay. I think it's
All right.
an acceptable form of humor.
Hold on. You said you're a fan of clever puns.
Clever puns.
Yeah, that was not
So,
clever.
oh, it's not, it's a bad pun. I don't know. I think using a pun in a job title is just on its face probably a good thing.
Okay,
like
well,
let's get out
let's.
there, have some fun. I have a
Um,
question for you, Chris, about these hats
yes.
here because I'm seeing the
Okay.
detail on the back
Hmm.
where it's kind of nifty, right? Like the fastener on the back
Hmm.
is the sort of old school plastic knobs that click in and click out. And if you have like maybe 10 to 12 times that you can adjust the size of your cap before the plastic knobs start coming off. But then
Right.
the top cover, the one half of it has the word mark for the teams. It's got logos for the teams on it.
Hmm.
This method of fastening caps, technologically speaking, is passe. It's out of date. I know that we still see it on hats. It's still on trucker hats and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Why do we insist on selling hats with that technology on it, if for lack of a better word, that is so easily thwarted by time, right? Like your hat is at a certain point, you're just going to need to sew a strap on there because those plastic knobs are going to come off. Why are we still doing this?
I believe this style is very popular with the young people,
Oh,
Paul.
with the Utes?
With the Utes, yep.
Yeah,
As you in your increasingly increasing age might be further and further removed from.
it's true.
They call them the snapbacks now. That's
That's
the
the
term.
word. Yes.
That's the word. Yes, the cool kids are calling them snapbacks. I think that's why they're still around. I like that they've turned the snapback into an actual design element because back in our day,
Yeah.
that just was just wasted real estate.
Right.
And as we all know, we can't waste real estate now on anything.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, as long as your head isn't getting bigger, you should be okay. So if you're a teenager,
Yeah.
you're probably going to break a few of these snaps. But
Yeah.
Paul, as we age, well, maybe you might be shrinking at this point.
Yeah.
So,
I was thinking of starting an HGH regimen and see if I could increase my head Barry Bonds style. So
jeez.
I want to say this in general about the Sideline collection or the Sidelines collection, I should say.
Yes.
Uh,
Get
I
that
am their
SE.
target audience. I am a huge sucker for like anytime I'm watching a game and the coaches and the staff and the players who are not on the field are all wearing these sweatshirts and hats and gloves or whatever. I'm just like, I
Mhm.
want all those things. Like every single thing that they're wearing on the sideline that says Eagles on it, I want one as well. I really do feel like they are succeeding in that with me because it's I want all the things.
Well, so how do you feel about so this is the patch on the front, like the team logo on the front, which is
Yeah.
they say is a silicone patch.
Yeah.
And if you go to the article on SportsLogos.Net,
Yeah.
I do show a close up of the Bills logo on the front of the
Yeah.
director of Billustrations cap. Um, and there's like a pattern on there. It almost looks like a thumbprint or a fingerprint pattern. As a man of his age, uh, how does that affect your purchase decision? Or do you want something very simple, or are you cool with a little bit of texture on your silicone cap logo?
Yeah, the texture on the logo does not bother me. I am deeply suspicious of whether I would ever wear any of these caps, largely because of the structured front panel. I just, as you can see, I'm wearing a Durham Bulls hat right now that is the 47 brand, whatever the 47 brand is, that is completely unstructured, that hat. That is more my style. This also looks like the fabric that these are made of looks a little different from anything I have on any of my
Mhm.
hats. It's not like a traditional cloth. It looks like sort of something shinier and like those wicking running shirts that they make, right? Like it kind of looks like that material.
This is like this new thing that New Era has been doing the last few years is that they will release the same style amongst a variety of different cuts and cap constructions and all that. You and I got a good look at that when we were at the All-Star Village and we looked at all the different All-Star caps.
Yeah.
And not only did they have like the workout day caps in the on-field fitted 5950s, but they also had them in like the snapback and there's the stretch and the flex and the, pretty much every style you could think of. And I think they're realizing that, there's folks like you who, they may like the design, but they don't want to wear this, as we called them when I was in high school, train conductor looking caps with the big front profile, right? Like,
Right.
and your dad cap style, I think would sort of fit in with New Era's, I guess, 970, the stretch snap
Yeah.
style cap.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that I think you'll have to get to a store in person, actually hold one in your hand and see which one feels right for you. I could see myself rocking one of these, absolutely.
Hmm.
And like, even though it doesn't use the full color logo, but I think that's okay because I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm now picking caps, not necessarily because I want to rep that team, but because it matches what I'm wearing that day.
Right.
I'm I find I'm doing that more and more as I'm getting older.
Yes.
So the idea that, hey, I'm wearing something that would go well with blue and I want to wear a Bills cap, this might be a bad example because the Bills logo is blue anyways, but the logo on the cap is blue. It's been recolored so it matches most of the cap. And it follows that same idea through this entire set. So yeah, you could get I don't think they have a throwback Eagles cap. I think that's the only one missing.
Oh,
That's bizarre. Maybe
yeah.
they're just sold out. They're just
Hmm.
sold out, I bet you, because they're so
So many Eagles
darn
fans.
popular.
Go
That's right.
Birds.
Go Birds. Not
I
an
will.
Eagles fan, but I'll say it for you.
Thank you for that. I will say that on the Baseball Palooza trip, which I'll be talking about a little bit later on, one of my tasks with my friends was to explain the difference in all of the New Era styles. Because I was telling them, I was looking for a Jersey Diners cap. I ended up getting a T-shirt instead.
Mm.
But they were like, "Here it is. Here's the one you're looking for, Paul." And it was a 5950 or a 3930. And I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm looking for the 920." And they're like, "Well, what's the difference?" And I was like, "Well, let's sit down, everybody. Let's have a conversation here. Let's
Gather
talk about."
around. Uncle Paul's going to tell you a story.
So yeah, that was it was fun. And I was like, look, like here's the 920, right? Like, and this is the one that I was looking for, and you can see like it's not structured like this 3930.
Could you see their eyes glazing over? Were they like, uh-huh, oh, look at the time, Paul.
No, but I'm afraid I'm hearing the listeners' eyes glazing over here. So
Oh, no way.
I have a question for you related to hats in general, not
Mhm.
related to this Sidelines collection. But the thing that I'm seeing more is the hat with the arched text upside down. I don't get it. Speaking of me being old, the arched text upside down makes no sense to me.
I'm just going to have to go ahead and say I agree with you. I
Okay.
have no idea are people wearing their hats upside down? Are people
Right.
doing headstands, handstands, whatever?
Right.
Are people falling a lot?
Right. Here's
I
the only
really
thing
don't
I could
know.
think. People are filling them with potato chips. They're turning them upside down and filling them with potato chips.
Of course, the answer was right in front of us the whole time. Or they're using them as literal Sunday hats. You
Right.
know, you can put the ice cream sundaes
Yeah.
right in the actual hat, and then you can still see what team it is.
And then it's a race against time to eat the ice cream before it melts.
Oh, Paul, I think we just invented something. Okay.
Yes. Good for us.
Trademark, patent pending, patent
TM,
pending.
TM, TM.
TM, 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 TM. Mr. Paul Caputo, since it is your birthday,
Oh,
I did want to do something a little special and fun with you. I have queued up here a little trivia for you.
oh my goodness.
Here
The
we go.
long-awaited minor league baseball trivia?
Yeah, we're going to do some minor league baseball trivia
Oh my
here.
God.
What I'm going to do is I am going to present to you a series of alternate minor league baseball identities.
Wow. Okay.
Three will be real, one will be fake. Can you pick out the fake minor league baseball identity?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am. So three
Are you
truths and a
ready?
lie.
Three truths and a lie. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Question the first. We got this one's a little easy.
Oh, okay. Don't tell me that.
This one for you. This should be easy. Like you are the world's foremost expert in
Uh,
minor league baseball alternate identities,
I will
and if
point out that
you,
you are presenting this quiz to me on a night when my flight was canceled and I had to fly out the following morning. So
it really is the most perfect birthday situation. That's
it's true.
every birthday. You're not in the right state of mind. So why should this one be any different? Okay, first question. We're going to go with some food-based identities, which, let's be honest, most of the alternate identities are. Which one is the fake? Okay.
Okay.
The Fresno tacos,
Real.
the Louisville hot browns, the Lehigh Valley cheesesteaks, or the Rochester plates. Which
That
is the fake alternate identity, Paul Caputo?
The Louisville
Your
Hot
birthday.
Browns are fake. It's a fake
Judges,
alternate identity, but it's a great sandwich.
you
There
are
is no
correct, Paul.
alternate identity. Okay. Woo. All right.
Okay, we're
I
gonna
was
need
nervous
to.
when you said it was easy.
All right, question number 2. Here we go. The Aberdeen crab cakes, the Erie pepperoni balls, the Trenton pork roll, or the Syracuse salt potatoes.
There is no Aberdeen crab cakes.
Judges? Oh, 2 for 2 so far. Okay,
Yeah.
you're nailing this. I'm going to be honest, I would probably be 0 for 2 right now.
Oh.
I think Erie pepperoni balls would have caught me.
Mm.
Because Aberdeen crab cakes, that sounds like it should have been a thing.
Yeah. This format is working to my advantage, right? Because if you had said Erie pepperoni balls, I might have wavered on whether that one was real. If you had just said true or false, Erie pepperoni balls,
Ooh,
that might have been
interesting.
harder for me. But I
Okay.
knew for a fact that there was no Aberdeen crab cakes.
All right. Good to know. All right. Question number 3. We're going to do some Copa ones,
Oh,
which means
okay.
we're gonna have some fun with my pronunciations here.
Yeah. All right. This is
So
this
you
is
need to.
this is kind of my weak spot. This is where I'm the most nervous here.
All right. All right. So yeah, my pronunciations are also going to come into play here because I might. Okay. Ready.
Yeah.
The Maharachis de Nuevo Mexico.
Okay.
Vejijantes de Scranton Wilkes Bar. Veji Gantes. The Chapulines de Sacramento, or the Chupacabras de Round Rock.
Okay. So I think the chupacabras and the mariachis are both real. Sacramento, I think, is the luchadors, not the chapulines. And so I think your Scranton Wilkes-Barre one is the fake one, but I'm not confident in this one.
Judges?
Oh, I got it wrong. What?
It was Sacramento was the fake one.
Really? Okay. Sacramento was the luchadors. All right. All right. I'll
Now
wear
hold
that. I didn't
Now
know it.
hold on, the luchadors might be right. That might still be you're trying to guess the fake one. You should have used that to your advantage.
Oh, I screwed it up.
You got it backwards.
I got it backwards.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give you credit for that one.
Well, I narrowed it down to two,
Yeah.
and then I said, here's the one that's wrong, and so I guessed the other one. So I don't know if I
Okay.
deserve credit for it, but that was fatigue
Oh,
induced. That was a
it's
misunderstanding of the
that's a
rules right there.
misunderstanding.
That was
Judges,
a misapplication of the rules.
the judges are very okay. They're giving it to you. Okay, you're good. Three for three. It
All
was
right, that's a
all right.
gift. It's a gift. It's
It's a
one.
birthday gift.
Oh, I'll take it. All right, I'll take it on my
There you
birthday.
go. Here's a fun one here.
Okay.
We have the Omaha potholes,
Yeah.
the Wichita Doodahs, the Buffalo Wings, or the Pensacola Mullets.
Yeah. Now I'm on firmer footing now with both the pronunciation and these names. There is no Wichita Doodahs.
Judges, way to go, Paul. You're on fire with this stuff. This is although Wichita Doodahs I love. That's gotta
Right.
be.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make this harder, is what I'm learning from all this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, right, we got two more left here.
I'll tell you another weak spot for me would be like names from like the 20s, right? Like if you're like one of these teams, didn't exist and they're all
Oh,
the Tarrytown Foily Doodles, right? Like I mean it's all the names sort of sounded like that back then.
okay. I'll remember that for the next time we do this.
Yeah.
All right, number 5 here. We got the Boise fry sauce, the Hartford steamed cheeseburgers, the New Hampshire primaries, or the Amarillo calf fries.
Oh, those all
Boise
sound
fry sauce, Hartford steamed cheeseburgers, New Hampshire primaries, Amarillo calf fries.
This was a trick question because there is a fry sauce, but it's not Boise. It's the Utah fry sauce. And so I think Boise fry sauce is the fake one.
Judges. Oh my gosh. You are too good for this.
I am SportsLogos.Net minor league baseball correspondent Paul Caputo.
Uh, apparently. Earning his name here. Okay, so this is the last one.
Okay.
This time we're going to do it backwards. We're going to do 3 fake ones and 1 real one.
Okay.
This might be easier for you, let's be honest.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. The Toledo Hungarian hot dogs. Oh, God. The Durham Hush Puppies. The Omaha Runzas. Or the Memphis Dry Rubs. Paul Caputo, which is the real one?
The Omaha Runzas is your real minor league baseball logo.
Well, is it a perfect 6 for 6, judges? Paul,
Chris, that was so much fun.
This is remarkable. So what we got to do now is we have to like have people challenge you on this.
Okay.
We'll bring in a guest and you're just gonna run the gamut with all these people here.
Well, I hope so. That was fun. I was on my least firm fitting with the Copa brands. I
Okay.
think it's because we cover those en masse. We like do a big
Yeah.
there's a bunch of new Copa brands, whereas each of those brands that you mentioned, I probably wrote an article about.
So what we're gonna do this again. We're gonna
Yeah.
make it a little harder.
Okay.
I do like the Toledo Hungarian hot dogs. I want one of those. Whatever it is, I want one. Sounds
Yeah.
spicy.
Yep.
Well, good for you, Paul. Happy birthday, 6 for 6. You, sir, have earned your title as the world's foremost minor league baseball identity expert. Congratulations.
I think Ben Hill of minor league baseball might have something to say about that, but maybe we just got to have a Ben on and have like a trivia contest. Holy smokes, that would be something.
That is,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could be there for that one. That'd be just too much. That's
That would be a lot of fun.
it would be wild to be in a conversation where I have the least amount of knowledge of sports identities in the room.
But what's funny is like the Toledo Hungarian hot dogs sounds like it could be real. I mean, that's what made that game
I'm going to
fun.
be honest. All of these sound
They
like
all
they could
sounded
be
like they could be real. Right.
right? Like
Yes.
the Memphis Dry Rubs. Like,
Yes,
how is that not a
totally.
name already?
Totally. Yeah. And like I said, if you had given me Memphis Dry Rubs and been like yay or nay, or Toledo Hungarian hot dogs, yay or nay, that would have been harder for me. Just giving me a
Mm,
list of 20 of these and asking me, is it real or is it fake?
okay.
That would be hard.
You know what we're gonna do next time? We're gonna do like the five multiple choice, and then if you nail it 5 for 5, we're just gonna do like a lightning round, true or false. Bam,
Oh, I
bam,
see.
bam, bam.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the plan for the future here.
It'll be like the home run derby where, it'll be like the magenta ball and I
Yes.
just I keep going until I get one wrong.
Here comes the magenta ball, Paul. The magenta Paul.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, right. TM,
yeah.
TM, TM. Paul, we're gonna read some YouTube comments, and then we're gonna get into your baseball palooza story.
Yes. Okay.
Sounds good. Okay,
Yeah.
so we had some good comments here. Last week we talked about we had a bunch of new NFL uniforms all came out at once,
Yeah.
which again, please teams, if you're planning your uniform releases, please space them and spread them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Think of your neighborhood logo and uniform reporter before you schedule these things. We have at Kilo One, Chicago Dogs boy. He is referencing a rule that you had
Yeah.
where a team could only throw back to a uniform they won during a championship season. Do you remember this?
Yes. Yeah.
He's saying under this rule, Paul, the Cleveland Browns can throw back to when they were dominant under Otto Graham in the 1940s and 1950s. I'm gonna have to go look up what that uniform was.
Yeah.
And that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Any Cleveland Browns throwback where they don't just wear a plain orange helmet, I'm in favor of.
I'm guessing that the NFL uniform from that era may not be much more exciting than that, though.
Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah, so the Browns are probably wearing their most exciting uniforms of all time right now. Our friend the password, he wants our opinion of the new CFL team uniforms. You know what? We did this last week. You weren't listening.
Mm,
We talked about how some of these CFL teams are just wearing all white uniforms,
right.
and I made the crack that they're whiteout uniforms to symbolize snow and blizzard and all that, but they're wearing them in the summer because the CFL season
And then you
goes from
suggested that
July.
CFL in the winter would be fun. Nobody
Yeah,
would go, but it
exactly.
would be
Okay.
fun.
See, we did this already at Laser PDB, but that's okay. You are a good listener and a good commenter. I like it. At J_scam, he is going to throw a correction at us here. He says he hates to be that guy,
Mm.
but the Bills wore a silver helmet with blue numbers and no bison from 1960 to 61 in the AFL. I think he's referencing that we talked about how the Bills had this wasn't a throwback, right? Their new silver and
Or we said that they hadn't had a helmet without the bison on it.
do you think that's what he meant? That's
That's what
probably what
I
he meant.
that's what I think
Yeah.
because I think we said
Oh,
that.
okay.
And
Uh,
apparently from all the way from 19 beginning in 1960 and then all the
because
way
I
through
I do remember
1961.
I mentioned, yeah, all the way to 61. I do know that we mentioned that they wore silver before, and I said back in their original uniform.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, perhaps we mentioned that there was always a buffalo on the uniform.
Yeah.
Fair enough. At J Scam, he also points out that number 22 is Clyde Drexler and Ricky Henderson. I am going to hate to be that guy, but Ricky Henderson, 22. I know he wore 22 for like what, 2 weeks? That doesn't count. He's 35 and 24, let's be
Yep.
honest.
Yep.
Let's see here at Zach John. First of all, he thanks us for reading our his question last week, and he loves the pod. Thank you, at Zach John. We love you.
Thank you, Zach John.
My question this week, as I'm currently watching the Mets wear their 1986 uniforms this weekend, why are they allowed to have a special one-off throwback,
Yeah.
but Nike won't make jerseys to match the Hall of Fame weekend hats? Teams used to have throwback nights all the time, but they've gone away since Nike took over. Great question at Zach John, and I wish I had a good answer for you. I really don't understand why. And I've gone off on this rant a few times, maybe to myself, maybe to Paul while we weren't recording, but I don't understand how a major worldwide company like Nike can't just make throwback uniforms. Majestic could do it fine, right? And Majestic was kind of like a mom and pop shop operating out of central Pennsylvania. They could make a throwback uniform till the cows come home.
There's no like trademark intellectual property
No,
situation going on there? No.
no. Major League Baseball owns the trademarks for like a good 90% of their logo and uniform history. they sell it as part of the Cooperstown collection.
Yeah.
There's no reason why they can't. It's just, I guess Nike doesn't want to, or they want to focus on other things, or I really don't know. I don't understand why, and I wish I had a better answer for everybody. But, the Mets were able to pull it off this weekend. So kudos to them. Proof of concept, you know, it can be done. Let's do it more often. It's ridiculous. In 2026, we can't have throwback uniforms. What's going on?
This relates to my Pacers question. Like if we're gonna throw it back, let's really throw it back.
Yeah. Well, let's throw it back to wool uniforms and lace up, those
And
old.
leather helmets.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I think we have one more. And you know what? This question is fantastic because it kind of segues for you, Paul.
Nice.
Paul, after your trip, you should do a segment on the Somerset Patriots Jersey Diners alternate identity. Segue?
I think we're ready for a segue.
Okay, you know what we're going to do here because Paul's trip is all about minor league baseball. We're going to call it This is your minor league minute, but it's going to be like your minor league minutes because this is going to go on for a few minutes. So, on his birthday, it's birthday boy Paul Caputo's minor league minute with Paul Caputo, starring Paul Caputo.
It's the minor league minute with Paul Caputo. Paul Caputo. It's the minor league minute with Paul Caputo. Paul Caputo. It's the minor league minute with Paul Caputo.
I'm quoting all over the place here. Chris, as you say, this is a special minor league minute. What I'm going to talk about for 1 minute is my Baseball Palooza road trip. This is something I have been doing with college buddies. We have what I think are like, you know how the dimensions of the baseball field are perfect, 90 feet between each base, 60 feet, 6 inches, 300 and something feet to each of the corners. The dimensions are perfect, right? And they pretty much got it right away. This road trip, we have been doing exactly the same way. Now this was our 10th iteration. We fly out on a Thursday. We go to a game Thursday night. We go to games Friday and then Saturday and then Sunday afternoon, and then we fly out. And then mixed in there are brew pubs. There is mini golf. We did Top Golf this time. There's always something fun and something different. We're always looking for great like breakfast places, food places. This year we did the Brooklyn Cyclones. Went to Nathan's Hot Dogs in Brooklyn, which is, of course, a classic. You got to do it. We went to the Somerset Patriots in New Jersey, where, yes, I got a Jersey Diner t-shirt, and yes, I wore it to breakfast at a Jersey Diner the next day where I got corned beef hash. I also bought a Semi-Quincentennials t-shirt because that was another alternate identity of theirs. Finally made it to the Hartford Yard Goats. That was a bucket lister for me. That ballpark lived up to expectations. The Yard Goats is a great one. They had the Bouncing Pickles alternate identity available in their team store. Some of our friends bought that stuff for their kids. And then we went down to the Hudson Valley Renegades, where I bought myself a Hudson Valley Cider Donuts t-shirt. So I'll tell you, Chris, the thing that I get the most when I tell people about this road trip is they're jealous to hear about it. Like, wow, it's so cool that you do that thing with your friends. I want to advocate, go take a road trip with your friends. Could be minor league baseball, could be another sport. I have more stories to tell. I'm going to wrap up the minor league minute with go do a minor league baseball road trip. It's one of the most fun times of the year for me.
Amazing. I love it. And you worked in a Bouncing Pickles reference, which
The Bouncing Pickles, which is based on a story that is apocryphal at best. This idea that someone got charged with a crime for selling pickles that didn't bounce. And so they established a law in Connecticut that if a pickle doesn't bounce, it's not technically a pickle. It's apocryphal, but it's fun. So we'll leave it alone. I do have
a cute logo. That's all that matters.
They do have a cute logo. I do have some more fun stories, though, Chris, about this. I've got a lot of stories from Baseball Palooza.
Yeah,
I'll try to be selective here.
Okay.
First of all, I just think this was funny. When I was flying back this morning, my first flight of the morning was from LaGuardia to Chicago Midway, and I'm wearing a Durham Bulls hat, and the flight crew sees me, and one of the flight crews says, "Oh, great hat. We're based in Denver." And it occurred to me, they thought I was wearing a Denver Broncos cap. Because this Durham Bulls cap looks like the Denver Broncos. One fun story in particular, one of the things that we do, we always try to find like a sort of dive bar where, we can play shuffleboard, pool, whatever, right? Like we found one dive bar, it had a punching bag, and we're a bunch of 50 something knuckleheads punching this punching bag as hard as we can. And I'm pretty sure at least three of us broke our hands doing it. Not me, because I can't punch that hard. So I think a bunch of 50 something knuckleheads broke their hands punching a punching bag. But as we were heading out, these old guys grabbed three of our guys as we were leaving for this bar, and they were like, "Hey, who are you guys? What are you up to? It looks like fun." And so these three old guys turned out to be original Hartford Whalers who were in town for a reunion that the Hartford Yard Goats were hosting. And we had missed them by one night at the ballpark, but they were still in town. They were still at the hotel. And it was Gordy Roberts, Hockey Hall of Famer, U.S. Hockey Hall of Famer, Don Knockbauer, and Archie Henderson. Archie Henderson was notable. He played 50 games, had 65 penalty minutes in those 50 games, and is 6'6". And he continues to be 6'6". He was a huge dude. And so we were just talking about like Brass Bonanza. So I mentioned, I said, when you go to the Yard Goats game and they hit a home run and they play Brass Bonanza, that's cool, right? And he's like, listen to this. And he takes out his phone and it's like right there on his phone. He just plays Brass Bonanza.
Is it his ringtone? It's got to be his ringtone, right?
It might have been his ringtone. They were telling stories about fans who come up to them and they're like, listen to my ringtone. And it's Brass Bonanza. So got to meet the Hartford Whalers, or three of the Hartford Whalers. That was pretty cool. Took a picture with them. Totally fun. Random thing. It's the sort of random thing that happens on this road trip. I will say, I want to talk about something we call the dollar game, because this is important to Baseball Palooza. The dollar game is when you have up to 9 guys, what you do is you use a randomizer and you assign each guy a spot in the lineup, one in the away lineup, one in the home lineup, and it's random. So you could end up with like the 7th guy and the 8th guy, or you could end up with the both leadoff batters, right? Like it's completely random and it changes every game. And the way it works is when your slot in the lineup comes up, if he hits a single, everyone in the group gives you $1. If he hits a double, everyone in the group gives you $2.
Oh,
and if he hits a triple, it's $3. A home run is $4. And you could end up making a fair amount of money, or you could end up losing a fair amount of money. As it happens with me, I usually end up losing a fair amount of money. We have one guy who documents our progress over the course of all this time. In the course of 10 years, I have been, in a big way, the biggest loser. I have lost the most money of everyone on the Baseball Palooza road trip over the years. I have so many stories. I could just go on and on and on about this. But what I would like to say mostly is just like I said in the minor league minute, it's something that we do with friends. The spouses, the girlfriends support it. And we just build it into the calendar every year, and everyone prioritizes it. The group has actually grown over the years to, it used to be, first it was just 2 of us back in 2014. The second year was like 8 or 9, and now it's 12. So we're reaching the point where we're going to outgrow one van, and that would
have to need a second van.
Right, exactly.
We need to rent a bus.
Right.
Baseball Palooza bus.
The Baseball Palooza bus will put the logo on the side. I made an attempt at designing a 10th Baseball Palooza logo. I tried to like channel my inner Todd Radom. Logo design's hard work, Chris. It's
they earn their money.
They do. They're talented human beings, and
you have a newfound appreciation for the industry that you cover all these years.
Absolutely, yeah. And I have designed some logos in the past, and I know that it's hard work, and it's not necessarily my skill set, but I do a different kind of graphic design. But designing a logo and putting it on a t-shirt was fun. So I did t-shirts and stickers for everybody. That's my contribution every year. So we have one guy who he buys everyone Dairy Queen every year. That's his contribution. We have one guy pays for the mini golf. It's funny. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like an amazing time, and I will join the chorus of those people you talk to about this and say, I'm jealous. It sounds great. I wish I had a group of friends around here that I did that with. But I also wish we had minor league baseball around here so I could do that, because we don't have baseball up here.
Well, let me tell you something important, because that first of all, we are all over the country. We have people come from all 4 continental United States time zones. And we're in a different part of the country every year. We've been to, like the Nashville area, the greater Chicago area. We were in the Pacific Northwest. We've had one game in Canada. I think I told the story about how we crossed the border in a van with no tags. We've been in the Carolinas. We've been in New England. So we all convene somewhere that is usually not our home, and then rent a van together. So,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
good to know. We could tour the teams of the Canadian Baseball League.
There you go. See?
There you go.
Well, Chris, I have some exciting news as well.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of exciting. As we were driving around Connecticut and sort of New England in general, I passed a lot of signs for Bridgeport, Connecticut, home of the Bridgeport Islanders. Yeah. And so
Really?
we've been talking for a long time about doing a segment on the Bridgeport Islanders. Unfortunately, Chris, we were on a pretty strict schedule, and I was not able to stop and talk to anyone about the Bridgeport Islanders. I was not able to go to their arena. I did get a picture of a highway sign that said Bridgeport as I was driving by, but I'm afraid to say on this trip, we ran out of time to do our segment on the Bridgeport Islanders.
That's a shame, Paul.
Yeah.
I know they're going to be crushed in Bridgeport. I heard there was a whole welcoming committee there. They had a parade ready. I think the mayor even had the key to the city.
Oh, yeah.
Made out to both you and I, even though they knew I wouldn't be there. That was nice
Yeah.
of them.
I saw it as we drove by. We gave them a little honk. Toot, toot.
Oh, they were standing there all quiet and sad. And
Yeah. They were
all holding little flags that said "Welcome, Paul."
right, and they were traumatized by me honking too. So it's they're kind people there in Bridgeport. Oh, sorry.
I got a question for you though.
Okay.
Is Bridgeport on an island?
No, there's a lot of stuff that is named island in this part of the country that is not islands, right? Like, so Bridgeport, we're just driving on the highway, right? Like it's in the, it's the Bridgeport Islanders. It's one of the dangers of being named for your parent club, I guess. Is that the issue here?
This is we're getting dangerously close in discussing
To a
the
segment?
Bridgeport Island. Yes, we should probably scale.
And we're out of time. Yeah, we're out of time.
Oh, we're out of time. Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
It's like there's one last thing you wanted to say there.
One last thing unrelated to the Bridgeport Islanders. You were traumatized by me honking my horn in Philadelphia. Less than a week later, I think you put some sort of Canadian curse on me because the horn in my car is on the fritz. I can no longer honk my horn in my car.
I hope you learned a lesson.
I did.
You know what I did today, Paul?
What's that?
I honked at a guy.
You honked at a guy. Probably deserved it, right? Fixed the situation.
We've flipped. We've done like a Freaky Friday thing.
I'll take that. I'll do that. That sounds fine.
Well, Paul, what an episode. It's your birthday, so I let you talk about minor league baseball for more than a minute. This is not going to happen again, so I hope you got your fill.
Until our next quiz.
Right, which might not be until your birthday. Whenever that is.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you it's right around now, Chris. Next year, it's around the same time as this year.
Okay, I'll mark it in my calendar somewhere. Anyways, Paul, happy birthday.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm glad you had a great trip. And I look forward to copying your trip someday. And someday your trip has to come to Toronto so I can...
We're trying to make that happen.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it this year.
Chris, this was episode 23. Fernando Tatis, Ted Simmons,
Jose Cruz Jr.
Very good. Very
There you
good.
go.
Zach Greinke.
Oh, Zach Greinke. I think Zach Greinke is the last Major League Baseball player to play in a game who faced the Montreal Expos in their career.
Wow. I'm trying to think if there's anyone we've mentioned on this episode who ever wore uniform number 23 in a famous way.
We could start sneaking in instead of just flat out listing the players at the end of the episode who wore that number. Maybe we could just like subtly sneak it in and then see if people can figure it out.
So when we had that whole conversation about Pacers fans not wanting to wear Michael Jordan on their uniforms, we might have mentioned that Michael Jordan famously wore number 23.
Or LeBron James.
And we mentioned him as well. So
there you go. Isn't that
the
funny?
fact that Zach Greinke came up in my mind before Michael Jordan did.
It's one of those things where it's so obvious that you look right past it.
Right.
Yes.
It's like that pile of clutter that's been there for 6 years.
What pile of clutter?
Right. There's no pile of clutter.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in this week. Please send in your comments on YouTube or wherever you choose to send comments. We will read them on the air. Doesn't matter how silly you think the question is. If you want your name read on this show, we're just going to read it. That's fine, unless there's a swears in it, then we won't say it.
We'll bleep it.
We'll bleep it. Yes. Paul Caputo, 6 for 6 in the minor league baseball trivia. Way to go. Happy birthday. Welcome back to Colorado with your Denver Broncos cap. And we will see everybody next week for episode 24.